Hey everyone, I've been on a big movie kick recently. Tearing up movies. I'm up to, 45 or 46 for this year so far alone, which previously last year I watched 53 in the entire year total. So it's night and day. I've just been loving going through movies, more passionate than ever about it. Very active on my Letterboxd over the last couple of years. I always log everything I watch, and I'll always give it a score. I'll always give it a review. All right, um, and if you know me, you may or may not know that I love randomizing things and giving some sort of excuse to do a random thing. Whether it's like, let's watch a random movie, play a random game, watch a random show. And that's inspired a lot of the series over on my channel I do with my friend Alec. It's called Tarkaron. You can check that channel out. We do a lot of movie reviews and stuff. And we do series very much inspired by that, including spinning this wheel to decide a random movie to watch next. But I wanted to do a little solo endeavor here, specifically oriented to Letterboxd, because I really have been loving using it. And I want to find more people to follow in general. So feel free to follow me there, Zach Archer. There's always a link tree linked below, but it's in there. And always would like more people to follow and talk about movies with in general. I love seeing what people are watching, and I'm constantly adding things to my watch list on my own, just randomly, or things will come to mind. And there's plenty of movies out there. As much as I'm really into movies now, there's tons out there, from like huge ones that you'd be like, they're like a given for any movie lover to watch, like Jaws, I haven't seen yet. Anything from that to the more obscure niche options. And so what this little series I'm going to do now is tentatively called Letterboxd Chooses What I Watch. There was no cuter way to say it, I don't think, and it pretty much tells you exactly what's going on here. So essentially, how it's going to work, I'm going to go to a random Letterboxd user, and they're going to decide what movie I watch next. Now, it's not necessarily I'll watch it right after this video. It's just that's my assigned movie, and for the purpose of this series, when I come back, I'll talk about that movie, and then pick another one. All right, I'll just keep it going. It doesn't no strict time frame or anything, because I already have a lot of things going on that require like need to watch this by this time and all that. So don't want to put too much pressure on myself in that way. But I've been watching a lot of movies, so it's likely whatever movie I pick here or whatever movie is picked for me will be watched within the week, likely. But don't know when the video will go up for it. We'll see. So how it will work is, unfortunately, in Letterboxd, there's no way to randomly pull up a user, because no one would do weird things like this, I guess, other than me. So I was trying to think, what's the best way to pull up something completely random? There's really no way to do it, but I wanted to make it so whatever user I land on, they'll have a complete say over what movie I pick. Now, I'm not talking to them or anything, but their profile will have complete say over it. So the only thing I could think of is I'll take the movie I reviewed most recently on Letterboxd. I'll go on there and I'll sort by recent reviews, and then just go from the top and go to that person's profile. And essentially how it'll work, I'll go into the profile. It'll look just like mine, similar to mine. And the first movie on their 4 favorites, if it's a movie I haven't seen, I'll watch it. That'll be the movie. Now there's a couple conditions to that. First of all, it has to either be available to stream or $5 or less in some sort of rental/purchase thing online. And it also cannot be a sequel unless I've specifically seen the original. But since I'm watching a movie I haven't seen, I would have to specifically not have seen the one before it, but also haven't seen that one. So I don't want to, if like say it's a Mission Impossible 5. I've only seen Mission Impossible 1. So I'm not going to do Mission Impossible 5, and I'm not going to default to an earlier Mission Impossible, because I want to make it specifically about the person's profile I went to. It's like they're deciding, and they might not necessarily like Mission Impossible 2 or whatever, that kind of thing. And so that's one condition in which the movie will be skipped. And the other, like I mentioned, is if it's not available online through legal methods, or $5 or over $5. So, because I don't want to break the bank watching these random movies. All right. Now, if none of their four favorites, as I'm going through their four favorites, if none of them are eligible, whether it be because I've seen them, because they are not available online or more than $5, or because they are a sequel to a movie I haven't seen, then if I've gone through the four favorites and they're all ineligible for that reason, then I will go to their films, sort by highest rating, and start going down through there until I find one that works. All right. Now, most likely with the four favorites, there's such a huge breadth of movies I haven't seen and such a large variety when it comes to these four favorites for Letterboxd profiles, whether they're mainstream or very niche picks. Most likely the four favorites will have ones that I haven't seen, and usually won't have to go much further than that, assuming they're available. But in the off chance, I want to make it so we don't have to skip someone's profile entirely, so I wanted to be able to go that route as well. All right? So without further ado, let's dive in. Now, Snow White is the most recent movie I watched. I haven't put a review on there yet because we're actually about to talk. We're about to talk about that movie on Charkron right after I record this video. So I don't want to go diving into the Letterboxd for there and see people's reviews and get too many thoughts in my head, So I'm going to go down to The Menu, which is one I watched yesterday, and I quite enjoyed, even though it didn't resolve things as well as I'd like them to have. I quite enjoyed it, and Ralph Fiennes' performance in particular is very good. Very good. So I'm going to go to The Menu. And then we're going to go to... Come on. Recent reviews. Does this mean these are literally most recent reviews here? Alright. Well, let's go with this one then. Literally watched in the future, March 25th. I'm recording this on March 24th. So that means we got a little bit of a time difference potentially here. Let's see what Yen's got. First one is Ratatouille, which I have seen. Oh no, this is recent activity. Oh, it threw me off. They don't have any four favorites. Wow. Okay, I was about to say it's Gone Girl, but it's not. It's just recent activity. So as per the rules, this person, Yen, doesn't have any four favorites. Very few amount of films, too, so this could get interesting. It must be a relatively new profile. 43 films, 27 this year. We're going to go to their films and then sort by highest. Yen's rating, highest first. What do we have? Shutter Island. Okay. By Martin Scorsese. Alright, let's see if it's available. Alright, Shutter Island, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, is available to watch on Paramount Plus. So I will be watching this movie. That's it. That's it, straight up. Shutter Island. I actually don't know much about this movie at all. I've heard the name, and as you can see, it's an average rating of 4.1 on Letterboxd. If you just look at my limited selection of friends, there's some variety as well. Everywhere from 2.5 stars up to 5 stars. So that's interesting. But, okay. It's a mystery drama thriller. World War II soldier turned U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels investigates the disappearance of a patient from a hospital for the criminally insane, but his efforts are compromised by troubling visions and a mysterious doctor. All right, who else is in this movie? Mark Ruffalo. I thought that's who was back there. Mark Ruffalo. All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, 2010 movie. There you have it. Just that simple. Let's see what else they would have had going on here. A bunch of 5-star reviews here. Ratatouille I've seen. Spirited Away I've seen. The Truman Show I've seen. Home Alone I've seen. That's one of those ones that have to play it by ear on whether... Because like some of my old childhood movies I haven't watched in years, and so it would probably be like I haven't watched it, essentially. Might be one of them. Scarface I haven't seen. Okay, so there's always going to be a ton of options, but straight out the gate, Shutter Island is what I'll be watching. Thanks to Yen on Letterboxd. All right, shout out to you out there. Oh wow! So as I've been on this profile, they've posted another review of Little Women. So it looks like they might have just created this account and they're loading them all in now. It's very possible. You don't get any other information on Letterboxd, huh? Diary. Yep. Wow. So March 25th, we got in there as soon as this account was created, and just happened to land in the menu review that they had. 4 stars. We're in agreement there. All right. But yeah, I think this is fun. It's a roulette of Letterboxd users who specifically review movies, or at least like put words plus a score. That's all classified as a review. These are literally like 1-word reviews, and it's a random roulette, and then they decide what I'm watching next. So whatever user comes up, they'll have an influence on my film watching journey here, and I welcome it because I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, let me watch as many movies as possible. I've got so many to catch up on, and I'm really not. There isn't a whole genre that I'm not into, or anything. So I'm really open to anything. So this should be a fun time, and like I said, you can follow me on Letterboxd, Zach_Archer, or it's in the description. And stay tuned on the channel for more videos talking about movies, TV, reality TV, all right here. If you like video games, I have a video game related channel where I talk about those on Zach Archer Games. It's been less active recently because I've been all in on movies, to be quite honest. So you'll see like my channel's activity probably fluctuate depending on that, but I think I'm kind of all in on movies now. So it's just finding a balance at this point, I'm going to be watching a ton of movies in general. But yeah, I also have a channel just called Zach Archer where I talk about music. And like I said, Tarkaron, Tarqaron. It's a collaborative channel where we do talk a lot about movies as well as games. We watch Survivor every week and a variety of different discussions as well. So, all right, look at this. Like, you can still see the feed updating in real time. Bodies now coming in. So it's interesting. We got here on the ground floor of Yen, who will probably never know that this is out there. You can't send messages on Letterboxd or anything, or give them a heads up like, well, you just picked what movie I would watch next by random draw. And it's even more random by the fact that it just happened to be a time where it lined up. It could have been another 5-star movie found its way at the top of there. So yeah, and before 4 favorites are even on here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a future video where I'll talk about Shutter Island. It's tough because originally when I was starting this channel, I was like, oh, if certain movies stand out to me, I'll make standalone videos on them. But I've watched so many high-quality movies this year alone, so it was almost like I could make a video talking about any of them. So at this point, I have to give up that thought. Very rare instances, like out of my tons of movies I'm watching, will I be able to actually talk about them in standalone videos. But I did have fun incorporating a new thing on the channel where after each month I'll rank all the new movies I watch. So that gives me an opportunity to talk about them in a smaller capacity, but still give myself a chance to highlight them on the channel. And yeah, who knows what else on the channel, though. I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about and do here, and this is just another one of them. Letterboxd chooses what I watch. All right, take care.